The mist hung low over the Welsh valleys, the sky a dull gray as another day of tension simmered across the UK. The miners' strike had reached its boiling point. Clashes between strikers and workers who crossed picket lines were becoming a grim routine. The country was fractured. David Wilkie, a 35-year-old taxi driver from Merthyr Tydfil, kissed his wife and toddler goodbye that cold November morning. He wasn't a miner. He wasn't political. He was just a working man trying to get by, driving a coal-board employee named David Williams to his job at the Merthyr Vale colliery. The man had refused to strike. So had many others. But this simple drive, this act of transport, was all it took to be branded a traitor. Up ahead, two miners, Dean Hancock, 17, and Russell Shanklin, 21, stood on a footbridge over the M4 motorway near Rimmu Valley, angry, cold, fired up by months of bitterness. They hadn't planned murder. They had planned a message. From a carrier bag, they lifted a 46-pound concrete block. Below, Wilkie's blue taxi approached, carrying Williams in the passenger seat, a symbol in their eyes of betrayal. In a flash of impulse and rage, they dropped the slab. It crashed through the windshield directly into David Wilkie's face. The car swerved, veering into the central reservation. There was screaming, skidding, then silence. David died almost instantly. Blood soaked the dashboard. David Williams, shaken and splattered in gore, survived, but he would never forget the moment that man beside him ceased to exist in a heartbeat. The public reaction was explosive. The strike that had already divided the country now bore a corpse. Hancock and Shanklin were arrested quickly. They didn't run, they didn't deny it, but they never expected death. It was supposed to frighten, not kill. An accident, they claimed. A protest gone wrong, but the nation didn't see an accident. They saw murder. In court, the atmosphere was electric. Grieving relatives faced angry miners. The prosecution painted the act as reckless disregard for human life. The defense claimed it was spontaneous, without intent to kill. The jury didn't flinch. Guilty of murder, Shanklin and Hancock were sentenced to life in prison, though their convictions were later reduced to manslaughter on appeal, leading to shorter terms. No side won, no cause was worth that price. The block that fell from a bridge became a gravestone in the shape of silence. And David Wilkie, an ordinary man on an ordinary road, was lost to an extraordinary tragedy. What do you think? Was it a tragic accident or something more? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this story moved you, don't scroll away. Hit that like button, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe to Cortex Crime for more untold truths and haunting stories that history tried to bury.